Larry Walsh, and Cory Singer. Gentlemen to the stage, please. And the questions will be asked in this order. Brian Stanley will be first, Deborah Summers will be second, and David Sloan, you will wrap things up tonight. Gentlemen, just to remind you, 1 minute opening statements, and then 3 2-minute segments, and then a 30-second closing statement. And we will start with the incumbent, Larry Walsh. Larry?
Thank you, Scott, and thank you, University of St. Francis, and thank you all for being here tonight and in radio land and TV land. It's great to see a number of people that show up and come to what a lot of people would maybe call boring. I think it's a great institution. Being a public servant is probably one of the most rewarding facets in my life, and I've done it pretty much all my life. 8 years ago, I stood right on this stage and stated that I was planning on leaving the Illinois Senate to be the Will County executive. I was going to be a full-time county executive. The county was getting to the point where we needed somebody that was going to put a full day's work in order to get the job done. And I think I have been successful. We have brought government to the people.
It's going to be hard, isn't it, Larry?
Yeah, it is. I can't say hello without
Mr. Singer.
You were just getting going. Good evening. Good evening, everyone, and thank you to our hosts, our panel, WJOL, St. Francis. I am Cory Singer. I am a husband, dad, small business owner, county board member, and president of the Forest Preserve District of Will County. As an elected official, my relationship with you is that of a direct employee-employer relationship. It must be accountable to our goals, must be accountable to our initiatives and our results. As president of the Forest Preserve District, we've stopped property tax increases and cut our spending. As a county board member, I've opposed Mr. Walsh's consistent property tax increase proposals. Proposals to increase our property taxes when the unemployment rate in Will County was over 11%, when we're leading the nation in home foreclosures. As the CEO, you have to be able to provide leadership. You have to have empathy and have an understanding of what your people and the residents of your county are going through. How terribly inappropriate it is to raise taxes on people who are going through that at that time. Thank you.
Question number 1, Brian Stanley, and the first answer will be Mr. Walsh.
Gentlemen, has there been enough leadership or lack of leadership in representing Will County's interests in the proposed third airport? And what would you do to demonstrate or change that if elected or re-elected?
I appreciate that question. I absolutely believe that there has been plenty of leadership in the airport issue. Before I came on board as county executive, we were this close. We were this close with the former county executive of making an agreement to partnership with the congressman from 1st District, 2nd District, to partnership with them to develop and operate the airport in eastern Will County. Since then, we have created a business labor coalition. We have brought labor, we have brought Chamber of Commerce's, we have brought people from all around the area together. We have worked with the governors, of Illinois to prove our point. If this airport is going to be built in Will County, the one and only way that it can be built is if there's a governance plan that has a majority of Will County residents serving on that. We are open to anybody else wanting to partnership. We have told Alnac that, and they, since this last couple of months, we have seen some movement in our way of supporting the building of a third airport with the governance plan that we have put together. You know, when you're a leader, yes, you are responsible. You're responsible to bring all the parties together, to collaborate and understand and get ideas from everybody. We have done that. And I believe within the next 4 years, that if this airport is decided it's going to be put here by the FAA, that it will be under a governance legislature of Illinois, and Will County will be the leader.
Mr. Singer.
Thank you, Larry. That's a lot of passion from you. It's one of the first times we've heard it on this issue. You were a little loose in the facts. When you took over as county executive, you inherited the Business Labor Coalition. You inherited a significant amount of work that was done to put all Will County interests together and in order as it relates to the airport. That work was there for you when you took over on day one. And since then, 8 years later, we are in the exact same place we were 8 years ago. We have not made an ounce of progress as it relates to establishing control over the airport. Not a single bit of progress on that whatsoever. My dad always told me to follow actions and not words. That was a great political speech, but here's reality. When Will County needed a leader to stand up to Chicago politicians who have been trying to take over Will County, Mr. Walsh has been silent. He was silent when they raised our our sales taxes. He was silent when Mr. Jackson has done everything he possibly can to control an airport in Will County. He may say something here, but at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, it's not there, and we are not standing up for Will County when Will County needs a leader. Congressman Jackson is proposing an airport plan that would shift all of the control to his organization, controlled by an organization out of Canada that has direct ties to Libya and all sorts of other crazy terrorists throughout the Mideast, an organization that has been criticized in publications all throughout the press in the entire world. And still, to this day, Mr. Walsh hasn't been able to convince the state of Illinois that that isn't the route to go. Still to this day, he will not stand up against Mr. Jackson when it counts, when it really, really counts. When Congressman Jackson had a groundbreaking ceremony in eastern Will County, do you know who was there to stand up for Will County? Who was there that day to represent Will County? It was me, Dave Carlson. Mr. Walsh wasn't there that day.
Thank you, sir. Next question from Deborah Summers, question number 2. Mr.